And it's Harbor's rigged for hell.
There are definitely some consistencies that have made their way through the world. Right, exactly. I apologize. I'm all set up. I need 30 seconds or something. I need to feed the cats because they're knocking on the door, and I'm like, oh yeah, shit, my bad.
All right, start the timers, guys.
Boop boop.
Ryan, are you not on Roll20 yet?
Oh no, I guess not. I haven't logged into anything.
And time.
Well, see, because we weren't.
Yeah, I know. I knew no one would. Cowards.
It's work, man. I gotta go.
That being said,
timer app.
That being said, I had hit record before I was doing that, so I don't know how long I was talking before I left. But when I came back and said time, it was at 1:21. So that was enough time. And everyone, we are in the middle of shit. Now I'm gonna have to look because I have forgotten.
Shit. We split up.
You are in the middle of shit.
We
were looking
to see if
the
we're going towards the mayor, maybe.
There. Yeah.
Poor Thoy.
We're going towards the bar, right? We're going towards the dwarf bar.
You were going towards the bar that you knew of, the Soaked Rat.
Now this town is racist against elves.
That is
just anyone with pointed ears. It doesn't have to be elves. It could be anyone. We don't know. They could hate
hold on.
I'm pretty sure dwarves' ears are pointed.
Yeah, so. Let's we're gonna find out right now. We're gonna see if we can find out. So Hal helps no one. What else is new? All right, what are these ears? These ears are mostly rounded. It kind of comes to a point, but it's pretty rounded.
But the horns and the other stuff cover it, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at those points.
Maximum
point. There's double points on this one. But even as intimidating as Harbor always fucking is, nothing. No one, the usual of holy fuck. I do have to get into the fact of, is Harbor always shirtless? I know he's not wearing armor, but is he just always
tits
yes, this is the only thing that will cover my chest, is a little bit of these braided beards that come from the back of my head when you go all the way up.
I think you just answered your own question.
I think so, but is I want to make sure I'm not making assumptions for the person and his character.
Yeah, If anything, maybe like a pirate coat, but pirates don't need shirts.
It's not like he's gonna get sunburned.
Hey. What will happen? I'll turn
the episode
red.
Where Harbor gets skin cancer.
Oops.
Melanoma.
He's so mad. He's raging his way through chemo. He's so pissed right now.
Actually,
right. So it's not specifically the ears. You have definitely figured out, because once Corellian changed out of his half-elf look, and Rack covered himself. No problems, other than the usual sort of problems of Drac and Harbor. A little bit of Hal. I mean, once Hal starts talking, everyone just goes, oh, fuck. Really? I thought you might be the reasonable one. Whoops. My bad. Holy shit. I didn't realize how big my bad was, but my bad is big. So, let's get an... Oh, shit. What's the word? Initiative from everybody. Might as well use those at some point. I hope this isn't terrible. Holy fucking even more. Alright. Oh, shit. Different groups.
What is the initiative?
First.
Mm-hmm.
Big fat 15.
I'm working on trying to sign in. Can somebody roll it for me, please?
I just exited out of the character sheet. God damn it.
Oh, hey Tom.
Oh my Jesus. Dick bitch. What the fuck?
Shit. Okay.
God
All right.
damn it,
There
Eric.
are alternating groups.
Like I just there's a problem with Eric getting all the 20s. Like I don't mind Eric getting a lot of 20s. Okay? I want this to be clear.
So
Okay,
here's the
Eric
problem.
getting a
Here's the
bunch of
problem.
20s is he gets all the fucking 20s.
Here's the problem. He and Tom just tied, though, because...
No, I know he canceled himself out. I understand that it worked
They-
against him being so amazing.
They have the same modifier too.
Oh my, excellent.
Yes.
God.
Yeah, that's what I meant by tying out.
No, alright. Rack, what did you get?
I got a 7.
Okay. Alright. And then, okay, yeah, no, you guys aren't going first, sorry. Because Eric canceled himself.
Alright, I'm gonna meet myself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna try. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and do this a little faster, but I'm gonna move you guys to different channels, and I am going to, like I said, I'm gonna try and go back and forth as quickly as I can. So I'm gonna move you guys to some private channel, and ochi, goodbye. All right, so you guys are going first. You head to the bar. As you walk in, you see a handful of people kind of scattered about the bar. Excuse me. Maybe like 10 people. It's midday. Lunch is being served. There's also more people shuffling in. As I said, it's lunch. People are starting to show up. So 10, now 12, 13 people are in the bar. What are you guys looking to do?
So I think we came here to see if any of the people that had been dealt with before were still there, right?
Something like that.
Okay, so let's get a history check from you guys. TJ, had you been there before?
I don't know if I have, but it seems very familiar to me.
Fuck, yeah. I don't think you were there. So I'm gonna make you roll with disadvantage. And since you got a 20, I'm not gonna make you roll with disadvantage, because that would be just like such dick move at this point.
After the fact.
But
That'd be hilarious.
Hal and Drac We're talking about it so much and in such detail about their adventures there with Gilmar, especially if you actually were there. How much of a fucking multi-dick move that would have been. There's too many fucking 20s. You guys are rolling too high already. This is bullshit. So you guys, you remember the stories that Hal and Drac kept fucking going on about the stupid fucking bar, the dwarf bar, and everyone who was there. No, I get it. Shut the fuck up about it. It wasn't even interesting. And you remember that the owner was Nalid Falak, a female dwarf, and the specials of the day had been Drake soup with a tankard of cider, dire big pie and roasted apple and a tankard of ale, boar stew with peaches and a glass of whiskey. Some of the other guys, you had a female dwarf, a male, two females, and two male dwarfs.
Like a lady dwarf.
Yeah, there were a handful of them. Well, not a handful, because unless you're a bad dwarf, and maybe you were trying to place explosives to blow up some parts of the mine that you were working in, and then you blew off some of your fingers, and in which case then it would have been a handful. But there were 3 at the time. I don't remember which one he was working on, but there were 3 in there. That's the story that you had remembered, and everything that was going on. You got a 20. You've remembered all of this and what had been happening at the time. But you guys walk in there, so, like I said, 13 or so people are in there. And I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, you were saying so.
I was just wondering if of the 13 people that are in there, are any of the people that have been remembered there? So like that the lady that was our sort of point of contact, or any of the others that maybe we had been dealing with.
So the people here, you're not exactly sure if they are the same. There are dwarves and humans around. There are no elves, as you guys have continued to notice, especially after it was pointed out that there are no elves in here. There's 2 gnomes of the 13. Someone just came out of the kitchen, so you know that there are 14, 15 people in here in terms of all of the people, but you're not necessarily seeing everyone or anyone that you necessarily recognize.
Do we Savannah? Oh no, not Savannah. Jesus. Eric, are you your character?
He's gone. He's not even in this channel.
Oh, he's not even in. So who is the most charismatic?
You, Brian, and TJ are the ones in here, and Brian and TJ are Drac and Harbor.
And I'm a dwarf now. Yeah, for sure.
You get the dwarf riz.
I guess Hal will
for real.
If that lady
no
is
caps
around, or if we could talk to her.
It won't even cost you any caps.
And Drac and I will get the pie. That's on the thing. We'll get several.
Yeah, we're definitely not sharing. But maybe you could get it for me since you're my captain, Dad. You could buy it for me.
No, that was already decided.
All right.
It's my gift to you.
Alright, I'll ask them if they have the vegan option. Vegan pie.
Oh, right. Do you think this is a meat pie?
I thought this was a meat pie. I thought we were going for meat pies here.
What was the pie again, Kevin? I'm
Well-
glad that they're not here to witness. Eric.
Dire pig pie.
What was it?
Yeah,
Dire pig pie.
see, meat
Dire.
was meat pie.
Oh shit!
Pork pie.
I think I just failed you as your
It's not
captain.
code.
I forgot that you were vegan.
Harper doesn't need it.
It's okay.
It's the other one.
Jack will ask them if they have a regular blueberry pie.
And
Yeah, you're gonna need dessert
Oh,
pie.
yeah.
Anyway, Tom, you're coming through loud and clear.
Tom, you are. It is.
Yes. Awesome.
It is. I don't like
Something.
robotic as well as broken up, and like you grew up at least in the 80s, if not the 40s, where you know the like technical sort of look that what you're saying is looking like, except you can't hear it, so you don't necessarily know. So it's not very helpful, but you're all screwed up with your sound. Crap, what am I trying to do? Okay, so yeah, you can get a blueberry pie and no problem.
We'll take your entire stock. Okay. And now that we have that, it's
No.
time to actually,
Hold on. I feel like you don't understand what I just said. I want all of your blueberry pies to be delicious. I think you thought what I said was I want a lot of blueberry pies.
Yeah.
I'm
What
gonna
I
lean it to
said
Captain and be
was-
like, Captain, if it doesn't go our way, I'm gonna start throwing pies. Okay.
don't worry, it will go our way. I just rolled a 30 for intimidation.
With
Jesus
the pies.
Christ. Yeah, we can get you fucking pies. Oh my Christ, what?
I think they
We're
want
getting
us
these
out of here.
pies, right? And then he like punches the counter and starts lightning bolting.
Yeah, Jesus, fuck. God, yeah, I'll get pie. Sorry, jeez, fuck. He just rushes into the bag. It's like, fuck. I mean, you're paying for the pies. Yeah, I'll get you the pies. He assumes that you're paying for the pies.
Yeah.
It's
Put
like
them on the
this,
counter.
How much for all
But-
the pies? We don't ask that.
No, we didn't ask anything. They're just gonna put them on the counter. We're gonna toss a couple of gold at them, and then we're gonna leave.
Yeah, so a pie is, let's see, what would a pie be? Pie would be like 5 copper.
Things you
So-
have to think of as a DM.
And there are 25 pies. So what's that? 12.
You said 5 copper. Here's 5 copper. Give me the pies.
But for each.
No, you don't understand. 5 copper for the pies. Do I look like I math real good? I know you're lying to me about. I don't care what you say 25 times 5 is. I know it's a lie. I don't know the answer to that question.
I don't know. That makes you gay. So give me the pie. The total comes to, what was it, 12 and a half silver? Is that wrong? For 25 pies?
You trying to mess with us? You trying to pull one over on us?
What? No, like no, it's That's just numbers.
I put a pie in my hand and I start winding it up.
I don't care if you pay for it.
I'm gonna.
That's all you have to say.
I'll toss them a gold, and for that, we need
You gotta-
some. We need
is there,
some.
like-
We'd like some information as well.
Is there fake gold in the game? Like, can we get fake gold? And, like,
So it's 12 silver, which I think, what would that be? 1 gold, and then there's some more.
okay, nope, he gets one.
So
gold.
like I just want to make sure that you are putting it in correctly, where it's like, are you paying less for it?
10 silver is 1 gold.
Yeah, like if you're paying less for it, that's fine. But like I want to make sure that you know that you're paying less for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like if you like toss
that level of intimidation and then just give him a gold and then just be completely like believably that I believe that this is more, that I'm giving him more. I'm like, this is
okay.
more than silver. and for this we will require information.
Okay.
Drac,
So
like Drac won't even know. He'll be like, Captain, why are you giving him so much? What's wrong with?
So all right. Give me a deception check with advantage, Drac.
You got it. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Deceptione. I think Drac believes the lie, though. I think that's the.
That's the advantage.
I have -1 to deception. That's pretty fun.
Excellent. No, excellent.
Not terrible.
So, yes, you put that down, and I as I'm envisioning it, there
I feel like Drac would
is
ask for change. He'd be like, I'm expecting that change back.
there is Harbor, who fucking slams his fist down, or slams his hand down, and raises it up, and it's 1 gold. And after you had already like made them sprint into the back to get the rest of the pies, Drac is just scooping them up next to Harbor as he does this, and just grabbing all the pies as they are stacked up, and just turning around and heading to a table. And and Hal is just the next in line, being like, I don't know. Can I get a beer too? Just barely making it over the counter. I don't know if Hal wants something, but yeah, Harbor, you were asking for a question.
Yeah, we need just like,
Information.
we wanted information about, and we're like, this might sound strange to you, but after that interaction, they might think that we're definitely mentally deficient.
Well, he's asking
What?
while I'm scarfing down pies.
What time is the like? What year is it? Things like that.
What's the date?
Just what's the date? And
why are pies so expensive?
Yeah, what happened to the price of pies?
Let me make sure.
But he says it sort of rhetorically. He's like, "What year is this?" But then he's like, "Really? What year is this?"
No, I think I closed it. So, one of the things that you realize is that there's some stuff where it seems actually cheaper than it used to be. But because of that natural 20 with the history, the pies used to be 5, like the whole meal was 5 silver. The pies themselves, while just a small portion of what the whole the deal was, would probably have gone for maybe a silver and a half in the past. So it's definitely gone down quite a bit. But the other thing is, I'm sorry, you had asked for, what was the actual thing that you had asked for? I answered the more mundane nothing question.
The year.
The year, yes. It is 1070. Let's just go with CE, which is the Common Era.
And how does that compare to what we knew?
Yes. You knew that it was 1067.
TJ, you gotta grab this guy. It
So-
sounds like he's fucking lying to you. You gotta grab him and make sure that he's telling you the right year.
Hold on, my brain isn't processing the difference in numbers. I'm too in character. So what was the original one? Because it's 1067
When you
we
were,
left. Yes.
and now it's 1070.
Okay, so we're like 3 years in the future.
Yes.
3 years.
I kind of want to have a follow-up question. So was it like December when we left? Like just
Alright, so my birthday is in October. And so, how old many is I? Did those count for me? Alright. I'll be back.
Is that he should have been better compensated with everything.
They all should have been, but they also, when people get a big sum of money, and they're not used to it, they blow it all.
Well, yeah, not many people think of like, hey, this isn't gonna last forever. There's so much. I'm gonna spend 30 million of my 100 million that turned into 50 million on a jet. It's like, oh, how are you gonna fly the jet? Who's gonna pay for the fuel? Who's gonna pay for the pilot? You're selling the jet now. You failed.
Well, I mean, that's why Shaq's accountant is the nicest man in the world for sitting Shaq down and being like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, Shaq has not stopped making money, so
yeah.
let's not pretend
he said this in interviews. When he started, he was blowing the money. His accountant said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Move a percentage into this, a percentage into that, and start doing these brand deals, and that's why we all know him as the Icy Hot guy.
Well, even more than that, like one of the big things is his shoe deal, where he made cheap shoes for kids, and it's like when I forget exactly the quote where it's just like different guys make X amount of millions of on shoe deals and whatever. It's like I've put shoes on like 100 million kids. Just like, god damn it, that's so fucking awesome. That's so cool.
He also got sick of his lawyers and his agents talking through him instead of talking to him. So he got his masters and got his friends' masters.
So he asked about the. Can I do this? You need X amount of people, so he paid for all of them to do it. All right, on to D&D. You guys are heading towards the port.
Yes.
Rack, you are covered up, and I almost said Ochi, but Corellian, you are in disguise self as just a regular man person?
Hey.
All right, so yes, Villager A. All right.
He's not a gnome.
All right, hold on. I'm sorry, you did not make the cut. You are Villager C. But maybe later on in your career you might be able to work your way up. Maybe villager B. Maybe in a couple. We'll see how it goes. But you are currently villager C. I apologize, for the confusion.
Villager A.
Right, exactly. We're gonna give that to the characters who have earned their role. You're kind of just coming back into the situation. So yes, you guys are completely disguised or completely covered up. And as you head to the port, is there anything that you are looking for in particular? I have an idea that there's something in particular.
Well, I'm looking for a ship.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you don't necessarily see that thing that you like and had.
Oh, good.
Yes, good is the word.
All right. In that case, what do I see in the harbor?
You see some kind of larger ships. You see some just merchant ships. You see about 3 of them. There are 2 little fishing boats that are kind of coming back, stocking up. The fishing boats seem to be coming back and dropping off some stock. The merchants seem like they are stocking up currently and are ready to be setting sail in the next day or 2. The fishing boats seem like they're going to be going out shortly and maybe going back out to continue fishing. It seems like, based on you guys with your knowledge of fishing and stuff, maybe they went out early, caught a bunch of stuff, and came back.
Do we see any ships?
Any signs of preparing for war?
No, seems like a regular day. Just some merchant ships, some fishing ships. There's nothing throughout the village that you've seen that would kind of give you any hint of they're in more of a combat mode rather than a regular day-to-day peaceful sort of port life mode.
Do we see any so the ships that are are there any ships that are moored out, or is it just merchant ships at the docks ready to go?
Moored out as in out in like the bay or something?
Yeah, bay, anchored.
No, nothing like I don't know if you're thinking kind of similar to like Tom's game where there's like a barrier of boats, but no, nothing out there where nothing's anchored out further out or anything like that. It seems pretty clear from the aspect of where you see from the port out into the open area here, sort of stuff.
Eric, while you're still disguised, do you want to try and talk to someone, try to get some information? If I try to talk to them, they're going to scream.
Yeah, no, I can definitely try to talk to them, but I'm trying to think of the way I want to approach this in terms of.
So I'll give you the lowdown and maybe ask how long has it been since the Elf's Tavern was burned to the ground by the demon.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, with the traveling from the mansion through the woods into town and through town, you guys would have been able to talk and discuss with each other. You're basically caught up onto where everything is in terms of where Zor knew what was going on and everything of that nature. There may have been some things that maybe only Zor saw it. Maybe only Zor saw that escaped your reach or vision, but or everyone's, I guess, in that case, so that you wouldn't know about any specific things with just him, but as far as anything else that is kind of common knowledge, you are caught up and everything like that up to this point. So
why is sending only a fucking wizard spell? That's what I want to know.
What is it? Sending?
Yeah, the message type spell.
Which one?
Where you can send a message to someone.
Is that? That's not the cantrip, because that's just message, right?
It is just it is message.
The cantrip?
I don't know if it's a cantrip. I'm pretty sure it's a spell, and I'm pretty sure that only wizards can learn it. That's frustrating me the most, is that we don't have a way to contact anyone.
Oh wait, technically, do I still have the crow?
So you hold on, I'm sorry, I'm looking at something. Yeah, because message is you point to a creature within range and whisper a message, and that's only 120 feet. The crow.
It wouldn't matter anyway.
Yeah, no. So like that sort of thing. You do have the ability to get it if you wanted to, and where you just gained a level, I'd allow you to change something if you wanted to do that. That being said, it's only 120 feet, so it's limited. The crow. Where was the crow from?
So remember, I was traveling through the forest. I made friends with a crow and kind of stowed it, and then I had a mouse that had stowed as well.
I wanted to make sure of where they were from. No, that crow was from a different forest, and when you transferred to the other world where you met up with Harbor, it did not travel with you.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, so I guess I would ask the some of the fishermen. Hey, I'd heard a tale about a tavern that had a crazy situation here, and I wanted to go see. I'm in the area. I want to see it for myself, but I can't seem to find it. Do you recall what was the tavern name?
Give me a history check. And Rack, give me a history check as well.
$13. Roll to 14.
15. Roll to 13.
All right, so you guys are able to put together. You remember, it was ironically. Let me just make sure of something real quick. I'm pretty sure this is the case. Come on, where are you? Are you in here?
Sorry, I'm looking at the checks that you made them do through the history of the rolls through D&D Beyond, and I'm like, oh, this should be interesting when we meet up again.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice to have that little touch where there's a little bit. You remember that ironically it was called the Burnt Goat.
See, I'd ask them if they knew the tale of the burnt goat and where I could, happening at the burnt goat, and if I could find the location.
All right, let's see.
Did they do any more details on it?
Let's see something real quick. There were 2 guys around. Oh, fuck. Yeah, unfortunately for Corellian, as you ask this, the guys seem kind of willing to listen, but they kind of blink and you notice that they're staring at your ears. You go, "Hey, you one of them. Oh, you just coming to get some evidence for revenge, aren't you? Hey, everyone!"
I immediately touch his shoulder, twin spell fly, and we get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, they both rolled well to see through the illusion. Unfortunately, whereas just like, no, there's oh shit. So okay, so you guys fly away, and you fly away from the about the stuff with you being elves. Nothing happens. There's no one who's kind of in position to take any sort of advantage of as you're flying away to shoot a bow at you or anything. No one was prepared for that sort of thing. But you guys fly off, but you hear the yelling and the chatter as you fly up and off. Where are you guys headed? I believe I have the answer.
The plan was to head to the mansion.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. You're gonna fly up the cliff and head to the mansion, and I'm gonna ask you guys to leave your characters alone for the moment, though. While I will have you guys at the mansion, I'm gonna go back, and I just don't want to have any sort of not interruption, but influence.
This is what's splitting the party.
Is the word.
This is the benefits of playing online and splitting the party. You can keep it from us.
100%, as opposed to having to split you guys into the rooms or something like that. But all right, very good. I'm gonna head back to those guys, but you successfully make it to the mansion. Is there anything that you want to do in the meantime?
One thing, are there any birds anywhere? Like any eagles, hawks, crows?
Not in the direction that you see if you fly directly to the mansion, because you're going up a cliff directly to the edge of the mansion, which is like on the edge of the cliff, and there's no birds that are really in the way. There are some seagulls that you see out towards the
Seagull bitches.
the lighthouse. There it is.
Right,
I came up with word.
I'm gonna stay on the roof of the mansion, but I'm gonna try and put out a little bit of food to try and, maybe coax a bird somehow, some way.
Okay.
The roof. So I'm just kind of hang out.
All right, cool.
And,
so you head out
and meditate about my swords and figure out what's going on. With
okay.
Before you go, Kevin,
Yep.
I got to roll my drag tolerance.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
I rolled
you're
a
not
19.
with drag.
God damn it! Doesn't matter.
Tolerating him.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have you roll another one because you're rolling with disadvantage. Or wait, is a high drag tolerance good or bad?
It's good.
Like you can tolerate him?
Yeah.
I just kind of I think Brian was doing stupid shit one day because he was really drunk, and I just made it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I just want to make sure, that we kind of keep track of it correctly.
I would think that if I roll below in single digits, I can't tolerate him, and I start to fuck with him.
Okay.
that being said, I rolled a 19 out of 10.
Right. So, all right, perfect. All right, I'm gonna head over there, and we'll see what's happening.
That have like the Eye of Sauron in them, but the eye is in liquid, so as you roll, the eye just moves around and ends up looking at you. And I was like, these are the coolest dice I've ever seen. This is super neat. Thank you.
I've seen a few like that. They're super cool.
Not that that has anything to do with mold people, but just saying.
Don't talk about mold people like that.
No, I mean, I don't know if mold people have dice. I'm just saying, I don't think there's a connection.
All right, so you guys have ordered lunch, a lot of lunch / dessert, and slam down a gold, showing that you're paying for it. I guess we're going for a discount on bulk pricing, and there was no problem with that, I guess, because holy shit, what are we gonna do about this? So
let me just put my hammer down before I eat all these pies, and just this giant hammer clunks on the floor.
Right, exactly. Just smashing the floorboard, and damn it. Okay, that's... So, what would you guys like to be doing now? I apologize if there was anything that you had said or wanted to do that I have forgotten.
We're talking about mold.
We had a list of questions that we were discussing. So TJ, if you want to grab them.
Of 2.
Well, there were 3, right?
It's oh shit! I didn't write them down. I thought you were. Oh fuck! Okay, we have no questions. All right, I guess I'll go to those guys again.
The 3 questions was the lady that we met with before still there? Who is the current mayor, in case the mayor has changed? And the third question was, is Noven's crew still a thing? Like, is anybody aware of if that has changed at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Hey, buddy, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
All right. Throw those questions to me one at a time, once again.
Yes. Who is the current mayor?
The current mayor is... I want to make sure.
We just want to know if it's the same.
Yeah, if it's the same person.
We don't remember his name.
Axla Jorns.
Exactly.
And when they say
also,
that,
God bless you.
Do we know that that's the same one or a different one?
Everyone give me a history check.
Guys, you really gotta try this pie. I can't eat all the pies myself. We can't do this again. What do I need to roll?
Everyone give me a history check. Brian, give me a history check at disadvantage.
Because of the pie.
Right. Fuck. The pie!
Do you remember that scene from Breaking Bad? It's like a really random scene.
Nailed it.
Where they...
Oh, actually, Jorns, wasn't that the guy that we met when Hal died?
Skinny Pete?
It was.
I think so. Yeah, it was. But Skinny Pete talks about like his own episode of Star Trek, and it's like so good. But like you'd have to watch Star Trek to appreciate it. Otherwise, it just sounds like the ramblings of a crackhead. But it's like if they made that into an episode,
or a meth head.
Like I'm like, wow, this is fucking brilliant. Skinny Pete just thought up the best episode of Star Trek ever. Like. Like great filler episode.
I'd have to watch more Star Trek and then Breaking Bad again.
Yeah, just watch the original series and then just look up that rant and you'll be like, oh fuck, it's so good.
Alright. So yeah, Drac remembers entirely that it's just like, yeah, Axel Jorns, that was the guy that we met when Hal died. Hal, you don't remember.
Skinny Pete. Yeah, you don't.
Remember you were dead.
Hal definitely-
No, I don't remember. Don't say remember you were dead when I'm not going to remember, and you're trying to prove that I wouldn't remember by saying remember. So that was question
That
one.
time you can't remember? Yeah.
Having-
All right. Question
Drax having a senior
question
moment.
two. Question two is our former point of contact, the dwarven lady, here still?
So I'll carry on the 20 that Drac is throwing out. He must have remembered from, his friend there, Gilmar.
Drax
And-
stops mid-pie. I like to think I'm through like 2 of them by this point.
Right.
He just like one hand picks them up and like eats them. Like he's eating a Pop-Tart or something.
Nalade Falak. She was a female dwarf who was the owner originally. She no longer owns this bar. She had sold it about a year ago.
Okay.
So, different owner.
Where's Gilmore?
All right. And then the last question was to see if rumors or knowledge of Noven's crew still said that they were a thing.
What?
Just because they don't know of it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist still. We just
Right,
don't know
just
if they
like-
became like made a name for themselves. And
Or like another power came in and like swept them off the board or something.
I
Some
like
kind of
the
coup or whatever.
excuses. I like the excuses already being thrown out. But there isn't. What is Noven's crew? So it's kind of a no. We don't know exactly what you're talking about.
I think it was worth the ask, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I guess we finish the pies and move on to wherever we're headed next.
we're gonna finish the pies.
I'm gonna ask him where's Gilmar. Well, I'm gonna walk up with a pie and blueberry sauce all over my face and hand, and like say where's Gilmar, but as I'm saying it, like spitting out pieces of pie onto the counter.
Right.
Like chunks of
I'm
various-
so happy that we're giving them like a Skyrim moment of the Dragonborn interacting. Guy walks into my shop, walks through the fire, type of thing. We just come here, we ordered all the pies for less than they're worth. We
Yeah.
have no idea what's going on, who the mayor is, or what time it is. And they start asking about Noven and Gilmar.
Should we know these people? What is that?
What?
I assume they would know Gilmar.
What is Gilmar? I'm
They
sorry.
don't know Gilmar?
What? No. What is that?
Are you fucking with me right now?
I swear I would never do that. It does not seem good for my health.
He's the dwarf who was in here with me. He was talking
3
about
years ago.
rocks.
Is it not that one?
Allegedly.
3 years ago.
Is-
when you-
is-
yeah, when you
Drac,
worked here.
Drac
He-
isn't convinced.
He points to Hal and goes, "Is it not that dwarf that you were in here with?"
No,
Nah, I'm a different one.
no, this is Hal. And it just gets mad at him for not knowing.
He was in here before too.
My shift started at 2:30.
Track just goes back to eating his pies. He needs to stress eat now that he realizes Gilmore might not be here.
So, all right. So, what is the plan of attack after those questions?
We get to attack.
We just came here to see if they knew anything, right? We're just trying to get information, and now we have no reason to be here, really.
We came here for information and pie. And,
ask him about the elves. Ask him about those knife ears, those dirty knife ears. Filthy.
Oh, you're there.
Yeah.
I'll hold your hand up to the counter. My son has a question for you. The most racist thing. If my son that's bigger than me.
Knife ear?
Because they're scum. They all had the plan and then they jumped us all at once. Remember?
Wait, what?
Yeah, all of a sudden, all the elves started just attacking us all at once. Remember? It was 2 years ago. You guys look like you're men of the world, so maybe you were out at sea or something, but like, didn't you interact with any elves along the way in the past couple years?
Guys, elves might be.
Do you just mean this nation, or how far does the elf plague go?
I mean, I haven't heard a good thing about elves in a couple years.
I just like to think that we're all standing there like semi-mouth agape listening to this, like, what the fuck are you talking? What are you saying right now?
Except for Drac.
I mean,
saying amen to that, brother.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, Hal, I'm surprised it hasn't just automatically affected Hal. Just like, yeah, for some reason that feels right.
The only thing that would make it better if Hal was an elf originally.
Oh my god,
yes.
that would be so crazy right now.
And now that he's a dwarf, he's like, yes.
Yeah, no, that's right. That feels right.
He's one of those self-hating elves.
My dwarven soul.
Yeah, my newly dwarven soul understands the hatred of the elves.
Was there a reason for what they did? Was it ever stated like why they just sort of rose up?
I don't know. You'd have to ask the fucking knife ears, and all they did was start attacking. They didn't say anything.
Shit.
People I thought I trusted, and I hear that they went and took out their family, or my favorite baker down the street. Just glad everyone in here was a bunch of dwarves. When I heard all the attacking,
All right, shit. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this.
Hey, man,
So did the elves move out, or is there an elf Frank somewhere in this town, or?
no. Elves are not allowed in here. They got chased out. The ones that survived, that is. We haven't seen any of the elf scum for a year and a half at least.
Time to start checking attics. This is bad.
Do you have any attic elves?
We fucking better not.
Oh man.
It's taking a dark turn.
Well,
We thought we were the baddies.
This is gonna be the darkest season yet. Yeah, Kevin's just trying to make us look good.
hold on. Hal,
I want to run a good campaign.
Hal, with a greater sense of like self, can't help but think that he's the cause of all of this. He somehow started the elf apocalypse, and he has no idea how he did it.
I have that feeling too.
I don't think it's wrong.
I don't know why, but I feel like it's Hal's fault too.
And more so than usual.
Yeah. I don't think I said anything in hell when I was in hell about elves. I don't think I said anything about elves in hell.
All right,
It doesn't matter.
so
It's like Ghostbusters rules. It's just like you think about it. Devil
What
play.
did you-
Yeah, that,
What did
Right.
you do, Ray?
that's a
what
great
did you
evil
do?
plot.
Right.
Let's dispel the elves. Why
so-
didn't I think of that?
So, armed with that knowledge, what is your next action?
I think we're en route to the mayor still, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably a bounty on elves. We could probably turn in,
Rack.
wait, is Corellian human?
No,
No, Corellian's enough as well, right?
they're
Right.
both half elves.
We can get
You know what they say? Less
gold,
hired
and
for
then
fire.
all Corellian needs to do is disguise self. And,
What could go wrong?
this can't
could
go
go
wrong. This can't go wrong.
They don't push Corellian to disguise self. We can't do that again.
Remember what happened last time? I don't. Anyway.
I don't know he's on the ship, right? All right, we're blowing the ship up. Let's go.
Sorry, Eric. Ooh,
I'm glad that whole thing played out as it did, and also was something where you guys played it as you would as your character, but then also the fact that he survived and was able to manage to come back somehow.
I'm pretty
Not
sure.
not so much Palpatine-esque, but
Oh.
Well, yeah, stop it. We started here. Don't go back.
Yeah.
not he came back somehow. There is a logic to the whole thing.
We did look for him, I'm pretty sure. And then we said, well, that's that after, 2 hours.
I think that was exactly the statement. Well, that's that.
Well, so in the knowledge, Hal and Harbor, well, you guys showed up right at the roof of the mansion. So in between the mansion and coming here, you had to walk through the woods and get through that stony field where you fought the owl bears. Excuse me. And still travel through the forest and get into town. You were able to figure out that it's something where there was an explosion and he survived because of the suit that he had just been given by Vice Admiral excuse me, Aylwin. And he had just been given that. Excuse me, suit that allowed him to breathe underwater. So you had kind of he had kind of lucked out entirely to have been able to pull that off just at that specific time. So you guys are headed to the mayor's?
I think that's our next step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's we'll get you guys over there, but in the meantime, I will be back. Okay. I am here. You guys are up in the mansion. Is there anything I know, right? I've got the socks on. Yeah, they go with the they don't go exactly with the the uniform I was wearing of Nanami.
I'm gonna pause you right there. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta take a leak.
Okay.
Are you the Eggman? Cuckoo.
Always.
Shit. It might make sense for me to go as well. Eric, do you have anything that you're thinking of specifically in the meantime? And I will be back in a couple seconds.
Okay. Well, I was thinking about burning the town down and just like causing all the pain. Because I want pain. I'm going to burn the fields. I'm going to salt the landscape. I'm going to drill, baby, drill. I'm going to take over. I'm going to kick out all the immigrants. We're going to deport all the bad actors. We're going to tear up the city. We're going to burn down the churches. And we're going to crucify the priests. It's going to be great. I am the best. I know everything. I'm going to do the we. I'm just going to talk about some stuff. Oh, pirate ships. Pirate ships. We love our pirate ships. We just don't have our pirate ships anymore. They took our pirate ships away. It's all the illegal aliens that are tailing our pirate ships. I can't have this anymore. I want our pirate ships back. The illegal aliens, man, they're eating our cats and dogs and racks. You can't have them eat the racks or the dracs. You know, a lot of people get the dracs and the racks confused. One has horns. One does not. Very easy to differentiate. I knew a Minotaur once, big Minotaur, scary Minotaur. He came down to me with big tears rolling down his half-life features. He said, "Oh my God, Mr.
How do you feel about the elves?
Greatest man."
All right. Two things. One. Give me a performance check, because that's your only hope. All right, so since you are a bad actor, you are one of the first that's kicked out of town. Since you specifically said we're going to get rid of the bad actors.
This is anyway, I am, like I said, I'm putting out a little bit of food in order to attract a bird, but I'm also meditating, trying to figure out my swords and see what's going on.
Oh, I'm gonna roll for wild magic because I just cast a spell.
Yes, that's right.
I got a 19 and a 7, and I'm taking that 19. Ooh.
What level is it? Actually, no, it doesn't matter. Well, that part of it does.
It's third.
Make up your mind.
Yeah, fly is a third level spell.
All right, cool.
And because I twin spelled it.
Ooh, yeah. Let's I'll do this, but you can keep the. I'm gonna give 3 on each, so it's at 6 right now. But you can keep the 19. So no effect on that. We have to remember to make sure if you take a long rest, you can reset that if you choose to, or anything like that. So, Corellian, you set up some food. You haven't seen anything yet. You meditate with your swords. You're able to communicate a little bit to them. They are available. You have discovered a bit more of, like I had said from before, of how you were able to, when you were traveling back to this world and to the top of the roof with Harbor, you were able to communicate again, and you were able to kind of realize that you had a vine whip ability where you could whip a character and wrap them up into a grappled situation, and you could do that with a reach. You also had the ability to just attack with a 10-foot reach with the swords if needed. Is there anything that you are looking to communicate with the swords as you reach out?
Yes. I'm wondering if they will be able to shield from parts of a melee attack, for instance. Because I feel like they're going to be strong. Because I'm almost envisioning like something that's like hardened, like tree trunks, like on the gauntlet, like almost like a gauntlet, because it's attached to my arm at this point, almost like a bark skin type of gauntlet.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, so kind of like you're trying to use their power to empower yourself in a defensive mode sort of thing with like a bark skin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is... Do we have bark skin? Like what... Like, I'd be blown away if a ranger didn't just already have that. Bark skin.
It's a spell. Transmutation.
17.
It's druid and ranger, yep. Nature domain. AC becomes 16. Can't be less than 16.
So your armor is already at a 19. And what I'm seeing on bark skin is that it can't be less than a 17.
Oh, maybe
they updated it.
Maybe, but either way, it's 16 or 17 is less than what you have currently.
Well, I'm wondering if that's based on what's my let me see what the base is if I were to take off the studded skin. So I have a 15 armor class without the armor.
Right,
Okay.
but it doesn't add on if you have the armor on. I thought.
It does not. But I don't know if you're thinking of like passing the armor to someone else.
No, I was just thinking of like a small like extra buff of having like a +1 to AC because of having more like a more solid defensive thing with a gauntlet on top of the swords. So it's just like an additional piece of armor.
I'm generally thinking probably not. I might
Are you trying to add
give that
bark
to you
to the vine swords themselves?
What is
What's
it?
that?
So, like, you know those like vines, but they're like trees. So eventually, if you let them like grow for too long, they'll start forming bark on them.
I don't know.
Well, then I'm gonna stop talking. It's like his sword's a vine sword, so I was wondering if he was trying to add the bark skin to the sword.
I think he was trying to have the sword like add bark skin to him.
I was thinking just on like the sword itself because I feel like the sword is attached to my body and having like some sort of...
And
Almost
if
like
that
a-
added anything to
put
the
up your-
sword instead of having benefits to himself. Whereas if he casted it to himself, it would be AC of 17. Where what's your sword's modifier, Eric?
Which modifier?
The sword, the vine sword.
It's a +2.
You know, this is just my personal opinion, but level 15 plus 2 is enough.
Fair enough.
But if I'm getting what Eric was trying to do, trying to add either damage or see if you could use it as a shield.
Yeah,
well.
it's more of a shield.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
picturing a block.
if I understand correctly, it was something where he was trying to see if the bark skin could kind of be applied that would increase what his current AC is.
Yeah.
Which he's at a 19 already, and it's just like that's kind of some more underneath. And I will give you that.
You know, as someone at a 15 AC, stop being greedy.
While I don't disagree with that, your AC is at a 19. But that being said, I will give you that the bark skin can always be on of a 17. The swords will protect you in that way. If you take off your armor or this, that, the other thing, your sword still will be able to have a constant bark skin ready for you as long as they are still available. But that's just kind of where they stand. But a 19 is where you currently are.
Fair enough.
So just out of curiosity, on a scale of 1 to 10, how is Harbor doing with his Haldrak tolerance right now?
He's doing good. 1 to 10 in terms of like passing. 10.
1, he goes immediately into a rage. 10 is
okay.
You know, they're idiots and they're gonna be idiots, and there's nothing I can do about that.
He's kind of at like a 9, I'd say. Like, no, things are good so far. Nothing too crazy or terrible. Like anything can change stuff. We know this. Or it's like one thing is said and it goes from a 9 to 0.02. And then just there's lightning around everyone. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But you guys you're able to kind of communicate with your swords a little bit more and things like that. Rack, I apologize. Were you doing anything in particular as you were kind of up here?
Really, like, I don't really know, because, like, if anything, I've lost most of my attuned items. So, I don't really know anything that would benefit me right now. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But if there's anything that you can think of that might be a sort of thing that you can kind of work on, I mean, you're in a house that at one point was filled with spirits and undead that no longer is. If there's anything that you think might be beneficial in an Arcana way or anything like that, let me know. I'm going to jump back with those guys, but I'm going to give you...
can I just do a quick Arcana check to look for some mystical loot?
Yeah.
My +4 and all. Oh, shit, not 20. Sorry.
Okay. So, in that case, you are able to search around and you are able to find remnants all over the house of some things that will give
so
of.
This was a nat 20. If you need to think on this, you can jump over to them and come back to this.
So I've got kind of where I'm going with this. So you find where you guys had gone into the house originally and had discovered some stuff. You and Drac teleported out. I believe what happened is you guys went in, you came out, you kind of dipped in again, and when you dipped in again, that was mostly, Zor and Hal dipping in again, and Hal dropping to 0 hit points, which kind of turned out to be an issue for Hal, seeing as how he died from that. When
it's our mistake for allowing him to get revived back, but
no, absolutely. So
we were thinking of Jeremy.
It became an issue of you for you, exactly. So that being said, you go around and you know that there were creatures in here, and as you do that with a nat 20, you are able to figure out that there were spirits here, and they seem to have been cleaned up at some point. But they seem to be cleaned up in a way where they were destroyed and left. You are able to find throughout the house with a 20. I will give you 20 powders of a necrotic. Also I have to talk about something else, but we'll get to that in 1 second. You get 20 uses of a powder that can add a d6 necrotic damage to your spells. The other thing I wanted to say is, instead of 1 fire, 1 cold, and 1 electric, what I want to propose is 1d6 of damage per level of the type that you choose. So if you cast a level, let's say 4 lightning bolt, you would get 4d6 of the damage type that you choose. So if you wanted to cast a level 3 lightning bolt and then cast level 4 lightning bolt and then the 4d6 of cold damage, then you would roll that. I was thinking about that, and I just wanted to kind of change that. Instead of 1, 1, and 1, instead of giving kind of the average of a d6, I'm just going to give you a d6, and you would have the choice.
I mean, if that's what you want to give me, I can do that. So it's that or the 20 uses? Or
No. Instead of, remember the thing I gave you where you get 1 per level?
Yeah.
I want to give you just a d6 per level. You get the 20 uses of the d6 for the necrotic. That is something that you found among the pieces of the undead that you have found when going through the mansion. You found that.
I mean, that works. We can playtest that for a while, and then if it ends up being too overpowered, we can see how we nerf that.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. But I just wanted to say that it's like that. That's
balance. Sorry, balance.
I don't care. I'm not balancing. I'm not balancing anything in this game. But I felt like that was more interactive than just the 3 per level. Of you get a dice, 1d6 per level of the spell.
Yeah, no,
I
I mean, whatever works for you, man. That's what I originally thought it was.
When you said that, I kind of like. I've been thinking about that since you said that, and it's just like, okay, shit. Yeah, no, I think that's probably the better way to go with it, and probably the easier way to go, because it's like I'm gonna roll this for the spell, and then it was a 4th level spell, so I roll 4 more d6. It's like, all right, cool. So
I called the what gives me the necrotic damage necrotic dust.
that is a good call. All right, I'm gonna jump to those guys. Okay, you head to the mayor's place. Let's see if I can actually get you there correctly. This one. Okay, can I click on this? Oh, please. Let me do this. Holy shit, this is so good. The recent stuff that they've done in Roll20 has been excellent. In terms of being able to like switch and move characters and stuff like that. Alright, let's close this. Okay, good. As you guys can all see, I figured that Corellian would have made it over here last week. He did not. So it is just the 3 of you who make it to the mansion. What's going on?
Corellian will totally be here. I mean, we gotta try and get in.
Yeah. We'll see if the guards stop us.
Corellian.
Oh, jeez.
The guard's Corellian.
Right.
Away, Corellian. Maybe some pirates do need shirts, Corellian.
All right. That was excellent. Ha 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 ha. Ha. So, you guys walk up and you hear. I mean, these guards are right in front of you and halt. What are you here for?
We're here to see the mayor about the house on. Do they know it as the haunted house or the house on the hill or something?
Yeah, as if you describe it in that way or anything kind of describing it, that matter has been resolved.
Yes.
Yeah, we know.
Indeed it has.
Yeah, we just did it.
That matter was resolved 2 years ago.
Well, we just came from there and cleared out a bunch of fiends. As well as a lich.
What fiends? That mansion has already been cleared.
Well, something else settled in and we just took care of it. And we've actually...
Who cleared it?
Some guy on a ship. Or he is...
Was he a tiefling? Did he look like me? Did he look maybe
like
exactly like me?
Did he look like a bitch? No, he was a wizard.
Do you know his name? Was it Torkel?
Oh, I don't know. That name sounds familiar, but I don't know. I think so. Hold on. Let's make a check.
All right, Kevin, let's check.
One of them kind of remembers. One of them definitely doesn't. Yeah. I mean, Torkel does sound familiar. It sounds like that's the right name. But yeah, was it 2? No, I think it was 3 years ago.
It's almost been 3 years, for sure.
Yeah, it's...
Then he starts saying random things like, oh yeah, it must have been 3 years ago, because 2 years ago the elves did this shit, and then those damn dirty knife ears.
And
right, exactly.
And then last year we had double Christmas. Remember that?
And then, no, that wasn't the COVID year, that was...
That was Noven year.
That was when Axla threw the double Christmas to distract people from. Okay, you don't say what. Shh. Quiet. I didn't remind you so that you could be an idiot about it. Wait, what? You guys are still here?
Yeah, we would still like to see the mayor.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're supposed to get paid.
Wait, what issue?
With the haunted house. I'd like to discuss that.
I mean... Okay. That was already done, but... Alright, go check and see if there's any time open. So one guy runs in. No, close that. Some time passes. You guys see the game the other night?
The mayor.
Yeah, one guy ran in. He seemed the one who was being the guy who's out here seemed like the one in charge. The other guy was kind of the one who didn't remember stuff and was kind of being ordered around.
Yeah, that's the kind of henchman. You want the smart henchman.
After a bit, the door opens. Okay. Yeah, you can see the mayor.
Good.
Okay. So next Thursday is open at 4:30.
What day is it now?
It is Wednesday. So no, I'm sorry. Not next Thursday isn't tomorrow, but like next Thursday. That's the best I could do.
That
Is he back there? I asked him if the mayor was back there.
Oh, he is. He is. I didn't even get to see him, so I don't know. He might not be here.
So no,
Could I do an insight check to see if this person is? Yeah.
Yes.
Probably shouldn't be me.
I agree with Tom that he should.
That's a 33.
Okay.
He sees everything.
Yes. You believe that this guy believes, even though you're looking at just a suit of armor. next Thursday is like, I mean, he'll be available at that point.
Did an ocular pat down.
Yeah. Gave him a tough
Exactly.
ocular pat down. But like, I don't believe that like the mayor's not there and this guy's just like bullshitting about it.
No,
Okay.
that's not what you're getting the feeling about.
Okay.
This is his place of residence. What does he have for meetings? Meet him somewhere?
I don't have his schedule.
That's why
I'm
Mister.
And then the other guy steps in and goes, that's above our pay grade, but that's, I mean, if Thursday's the best case scenario, I mean, Thursday's when you'll be able to meet him.
Are we gonna push this, or are we just gonna be like, oh, I guess that's what we're dealing?
All right,
like, I
next
feel like
Thursday.
this is. Yeah, I just feel like I feel like we just broke a counter because we didn't want to pay for pies, and now they're like, we'll see you in a week, and we're like, oh, okay. So I don't know where we're going with this one.
No, you're right. Should we do a stakeout, or should we just try and push our way in? Is it just these two guys? Do we notice anyone else around?
So, everyone give me a perception check.
If it's just these two guys, maybe we could try and push our way in.
Damn it. What's the damn?
So, it's a secret, damn it. Drac, specifically, maybe more than Drac, but for the time being, Drac, you definitely noticed that when this guy went in and he opened up the doors, you saw multiple other people who were all in armor, just like him, even just in the hallway, in terms of being able to just glancing through as the door opened, you were able to notice something where it's just like, oh, there's just a bunch of guys just right in there, let alone what might be further in as well.
Are we like sort of regrouping? Like, are we like stepping aside from these guys so they can't hear us talking?
I mean, I assume.
I mean,
that is up to you guys.
To do that. Sorry.
We
Hey.
might wanna...
Hey, do we want to kill these guys and just charge in? We're right here.
Stop listening in. This isn't about you.
This is a private conversation, so we're definitely killing these guys now, right? I mean, especially since they're hearing what we're saying.
Probably need to reconnect with Carillion and Rack and come up with a plan.
I'm just too full on pies. I'm not in the mood to kill right now.
How many more pies do you have?
What?
How many pies do you have left?
Pies left?
Yeah, you don't have any pies left.
So wait. If you say I'm too full, I can't get mad to kill anybody. I just want to say, you do realize that if Tortle took the ship and left, Marissa's not here anymore, and you don't have your pet.
Oh, geez, I don't.
That.
I have like.
Okay, I can kill someone now.
By the way, how were the pies?
Oh, they were
Really
so good. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Oh no, man, I had 3 of them, but like, were they really good, Kevin? How good were they?
Yeah, they were pretty good. They weren't like amazing. They were good. It wasn't like okay. It was a little bit. It was more than that, but it wasn't like wow, this is incredible. I think it might have been something to do with the berries themselves. Maybe the amount of berries. It was a little bit different because they were smaller, so maybe it made them sweeter. That being said, it might have been something where, because of what had been happening, the berries were smaller, and it was maybe from some the more berries were required to make it, and it was a little bit sweeter.
All right, so it doesn't sound we're going to give this place an endorsement, but it was good. Okay.
Yeah, right. It's not your favorite pie on the Citadel.
Got it. Okay. All right, let's. You know, it's funny that we bought their entire stock, and then we can just keep recommending these to Corellian and Raph, and then they go and they can't even get it.
They can't get it. You guys should go try the pies. You couldn't have any? That's so weird.
Yeah. I think we
it's
should
their specialty.
Them. And then my only other thought is to
burn the town down.
That is, there is murder hobo ideas, but we're gonna go with something.
My only logical thought.
I think we're gonna go with something more subtle, and then just break in and kidnap the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
Okay,
I'm not opposed.
This is the kind of thinking I appreciate.
Yeah, so we can. We might need some magic, and we got varying amounts of rogue here, so I'm sure you guys could figure out a plan to meet with him. But we would be discussing this as we're starting to go to like the
so we're going to abduct the mayor.
Point.
So, Captain, what if?
Yeah.
I'm
sorry. What? No, this is still a private conversation. All right. So when we abduct the mayor, we stop listening in, Dick. That's very rude of you. All right. So you guys are heading towards the mansion, though, I assume.
Yeah, we would be like stepping out away from an air shot, and the plan is, while we're discussing these things, that we're walking toward the regroup point, and then Hal, as we're walking out, you hit me with what's this other plan you have?
So if we can figure out what room the mayor's in, whether through just like rumors or whatever, we could potentially scale the outside of the building invisibly, go in, knock him out, and then fly out on Iggy, the giant fly.
I mean, I think you could do that. You would already need a break-in point and not to open the door while the guards are there, because it seems to be heavily guarded. So I don't know if you can,
Yeah, I would have definitely told you guys that I saw a lot of guys in there, and it would be a tough win. Be a tough win.
Well, that's why I was just thinking if there's a way to get to where he is. Much the same as when, we would just need to figure that out. So wherever that break point is.
Yeah, if you want to try to find another place on the outside of the building to break into and scope it out, if you want to go on that mission, go for it. We're going to go to the regroup point.
Yeah. So I don't remember where the regroup point was, but okay.
We'll see you there.
We'll see you there. Bye. Just like the old days.
So
regroup point is right outside the woods that we came from. On the way back to the house.
And Drax like looking at the captain and like listening to what he has to say, and then nodding immediately after. Like, yeah, I knew the whole time.
Yep. So,
right,
Al, you can join us to the regroup point now, or if you want to go on a stealth mission, no murders.
yeah.
You just see how like kick the dirt a little bit, like shit. All right.
We don't need an investigation when we don't have a ship to get out of here, as far as we know. And then, if we do have a ship, then once you have that information, there is an exit point. That doesn't mean murder right away, but...
I'm not saying kill him, per se, but...
I'm not saying not, but like...
No kill him now, but no saying no kill him later. Understood.
Right.
Got it.
When we can get you away from the investigation, and all your former crimes have been forgiven, from your... because of your new form, so...
You got a clean slate right now, buddy. Keep that in mind.
A clean slate.
But yeah,
not the best material, but still.
Be down with that. Yeah. How would be down to try to do some stealthing and some like subterfuge, just see if we can figure out where the weak points are.
Okay, so what specific things do you want to do? Are you trying to capture the mayor at the current moment?
No.
Or are you just trying to?
I think the three things I would try to get some information about would be, one, do we know where like the mayor's office is, like where they usually are at a particular time? Two, is there a point somewhere I can't see the map tonight. So is there a point somewhere on the map where either there's no real guard presence or that it's the most secluded from like eyes? Like maybe there's no windows on the wall, maybe there's no whatever it is. And then the last point is, what is the traffic pattern of like guards around the premises that I can see? Obviously I'm outside of it, so I like being able to see in is probably not what I can do at the moment, but I can at least watch to see if there's like patrols or caravans or whatever.
I'd start with your birth date place, your place of birth, Hal, for your second life. Because you were born here, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we needed to get you a new social and everything.
So much paperwork. If I just write all once, does it work? Yeah. Drac gets handed the paperwork, and they're like, fill out the paperwork, and he's just like, social security number 11111111. All right, good, got it. Done. Moving on.
I'm surprised he didn't just put one.
Yeah, one number I remember.
They said that was taken. That's the
right. I don't know what to do now. That's the only number I have. So you, all right. So if you are doing that, I'm gonna do something else.
Did he leave?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, Hal's gone? Oh, I was going to say, Kevin, there was a story on a podcast that I heard that I thought you would like, where these guys went to a Chinese restaurant and his friend started filling out, like, they wrote in the order. So it's a Chinese restaurant, so they give you, like, the piece of paper. And he started writing out, like, beef and broccoli or whatever, and they go, no, you're not supposed to do that. And he got confused. So then he started writing down the Chinese calligraphy on, like, the menu itself. And they were like, no, what are you doing? You're just supposed to write, like, A1, next to it. You're not supposed to, like, type out that, like, you don't have enough room to put in, your whole order whatever. But then, like, when they told him he couldn't put beef and broccoli, he's just like, oh, I'll just put the paper over this and do the Chinese calligraphy.
That's so funny.
It's like, I don't know what the next step is. Maybe the number. No.
No, you
It's like-
fucking idiot.
I don't know what to do now. You've given me paper and you're able to read this. I don't get it. One of the things I saw from last week on Last Week Tonight with John Oliver was what's the Waffle House? The stuff that they do to show you like what the food is at Waffle House is out of its mind. It is not just like you write it down on a piece of paper. It's like you put 2 pickles or on like at the bottom of the plate, and then you put like a mustard packet facing up to show that it's bacon, like a bacon burger on the left side of the plate, and it's like, what is happening right now? Why is it this cryptic bullshit?
Why do we need thieves' cant for fucking
But seriously, fucking Christ. Like, oh my god. Exactly. That is the perfect explanation for people who would actually understand what you're saying right now. It is exactly thieves' cant. What the fuck is going on? It was like, holy shit. I trust people who have ever worked at Waffle House more than I trust MIT graduates. What the fuck? This is some insane bullshit.
I always heard rumors before Harrison's Roast Beef and Andover closed down that if you ordered something in particular, that meant that you were interested in cocaine, and they would leave it in a bag.
Okay.
Place. And yeah, I always heard that rumor. That was like something all high schoolers knew, and some people did have cocaine, and so it seemed like oh, I guess that's where.
So
you
like
get
maybe you got cocaine, so maybe it's there. Harrison's was really good for roast beef.
Yeah, it was.
I liked going.
Now
there.
it's
I liked when I stayed over your place, TJ, and we went to Harrison's.
Yes.
Yeah, like there's a place down the street, Royal House Roast Beef. It's okay. I had one in Tewksbury. I don't know what the name was, but my cousin was just like, "Oh, I'm big into roast beef," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, fuck." It's like, let's go, and we had it, and it was like, "Yeah, this is excellent." So.
I had a professor, and he was like, the only place people will fight about a roast beef sandwich is New England. He was like, it's the only... And then, like, everyone started arguing about roast beef sandwiches.
Anyway.
Like, he was like, yeah, people will fight to the death over what's their favorite roast beef. I'm like, well, this place is really good. And then everyone started talking about their favorite roast beef places.
Yeah.
I have not come across a place like Harrison's.
I really liked... There's a place in Revere, I think, called, the fuck was it called? Beachmont roast beef, and it was like so fucking good. I'd get the double dinner, which was like a double stacked roast beef sandwich with 2 sides, and I would always go double onion rings, and I'd tell them to put a ton of the roast beef sauce on, and like fill the double sandwich with onion rings. Heart stopping. One time I ate 2 doubles.
Yeah, I'm not I don't do onions, so like, but that still sounds amazing.
Well, you could do fries or whatever, but the onion rings are the best thing.
Yeah. All right.
We never really said to Tom. Well, I guess we did say we're going to go back to the meeting and where it is. So
right.
I guess we're not going to wait for him. So I guess we would continue on to do that.
Yeah. So you guys are heading to the edge of the woods.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I will jump in now and see what's going on elsewhere. Hello, Tom. But you're muted. Maybe you're away, but here you are.
No,
good.
I was just about to send a message and say I am fading fast. So
okay. Yeah. No, that's fair. Give me a perception and a stealth check.
Perception. Perception. Okay, 24 for perception, and then stealth.
Okay.
20, not natural, so dirty 20.
Okay. Let's check and make sure. So the 24, you're able to easily see that there are some patrols rolling around the house, and from what you see in terms of kind of how the house is structured, on the right side of the house, you see a window that seems to open up, the kind of, like I said, on the right side of the house. A window that shows some light coming out of it, and it's hard to see in. It's blocked a little bit, but you can see that it's kind of a larger window. The house has a lot of large windows on it. There's a bunch all around the house, but one in particular has some specific light coming out. At this point, I say that, would you be waiting until kind of later throughout the day as things are happening?
Yeah, I think probably it's just like a surveillance mission at this point, where I just want to see like the how regular the patrols are. Is there a spot that, like, just through casual observation looks like something that maybe the patrols overlook or don't notice? And then what's like, sort of like if a stealth mission was going to go down and you're going to go Metal Gear Solid, right? Like, so I want to make sure that the alert level on everybody stays as low as possible. Snake. Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
So the thing I would say is, some of the stuff I was talking about is more of you would notice it as you would stay there throughout the day and like kind of into the evening sort of thing. If you were kind of staying there for hours and observing sort of stuff, you have a general perception of the patrols. They do vary. There is a general patrol that happens, every X amount of minutes, probably every 10 minutes, that kind of just patrols around the house. Nothing too crazy, just 3 guards that are just same sort of guys that are look like the same uniform as the guys who you saw at the beginning at the front of the mansion, that just stroll around. 10 minutes. It's not like they're rushing or anything like that. Nothing that they see. You see throughout the day as some things kind of stop them and they spread out, and nothing that you wouldn't expect. There are some guys at the corners of the house that just kind of keep an eye. It's nothing like too crazy, but there are kind of eyes all over the place. There's a decent amount, a bit more than you would expect generally, but it's the mayor, so maybe. But even that, it seems like just the tiniest bit excessive.
Okay. I think the 2 questions that I think is, as I'm watching the place, do I notice that like deliveries are being brought in at all, like carts or like caravans or anything? Like, is there like a delivery entrance somewhere?
No, the generally the stuff is coming to the front and being brought in through there. There doesn't seem to be. Let me make sure though.
And just along those lines, as the stuff comes in, is it like they're searching, or like they're like, oh, here's like the daily foodstuffs or whatever, and they're like, yep, come on in, Bob, kind of thing.
Yeah, there is generally they do search a little bit. There were 2 deliveries that did happen today during your stakeout, where it seemed like food and things are kind of being carried in by hand. There's 2 or 3 guys that were helping with either of them, and the first delivery, there were 2 guys that were carrying in packs of stuff. The 2 guys at the front were just kind of standing there, just ready. Doors are open. There were 2 guys helping, bringing sacks. That would be the better thing to describe it as. They're bringing sacks in over their shoulders, and then the other delivery that came, there were 3 of them. They were bringing in some crates of things. They're kind of looked over. The guards kind of take a look as they're bringing them in, but nothing really where it would slow them down or anything like that. Nothing like, hold on. Oh, and then they kind of scurry through things, but it's just kind of like a glance over at it. The sacks, they kind of just like, yeah, sacks of flour or corn or this, that, the other thing, whatever.
Okay. The other thing that just occurred to me, and it's probably a no, but I'm just curious. So the guards that came up to us that were in armor, they weren't in armor that was similar to the armored characters we saw in the sewer system, were they? Or is this like there's no correlation or connection there?
Let me make sure.
Because there were these dudes that were in the sewers that were like in all silver. It wasn't silver, but it was like gray metal colored attire. And I just when you said armor, it just made me remember that, and I figured I'd ask.
All I'm seeing here that you guys dealt with in the sewers are things like the oozes.
So there were the oozes, but there. You know what? I'm remembering a different game. I'm remembering when we were in the subterranean
the sewers
thing
going
on
into
night.
Yeah.
Yep, because I was going through it, and I'm like, well, Chris was there, and I'm like, fucking it, Chris doesn't play on Saturday, so nope.
Remember, Chris said this. It's like, what? Oh, shit.
Like, he did say that, but he didn't say it on Saturday. He definitely didn't say it on Saturday. So strike that from the record, please. None of that.
Okay, so no, nothing that you recognize outside of anywhere that would seem not normal to see them.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But yeah, you get the general idea of the patrol. Again, there are some other guys that. There's another patrol that kind of goes around that's kind of sporadic. That seems like it. They go back into the house. They just kind of whenever. And then there's also some other guys who kind of check the corners of the house here and there. Like sometimes the guards at the front, they split off when they don't see anyone at the front door. They just go to the side and just kind of check so that they can see up. And just like over to here, it's like, all right, I'm checking this side, and then the other guy checks the other side. Where you are kind of just staking it out and looking at it, you don't see anyone in the back, but you assume that there must be at least one person back there keeping an eye out on the back for the reason that there's also windows and things in the back to get in. So
okay, all right. All right. Well, so I mean, I'd probably sit there, gather that for as long as I kind of felt I needed to, just to get kind of a lay of it and be able to like report back about it, and then I'd pick up to go regroup with everybody else.
All right, sounds good.
All right, I am gonna. It's 12:30. I'm gonna bounce out.
That is entirely
always.
fair. Absolutely. All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Oh, never mind. Kevin just showed up.
What's going on?
Oh, I was gonna look at the roll history to see if they got distracted or if Kevin was making them roll for shit and they were failing.
Well, I mean, no, it's stuff has been happening. You guys have been at the mansion, seeing kind of just a little bit of checking out the mansion, checking out what you might have going on internally. Is there anything that you wanted to do in the meantime? I wanted to check with you guys beforehand rather than anything else.
No. I think Eric and I are just pretty much playing the waiting game, aren't we? Because
it kind of feels like it a little bit, yeah.
If people were reacting to us and we weren't going to get any information because we were there, that's pretty much why we split up.
Right. Oh, and we lost Brian. So let me jump in to make sure with TJ, and then because we're wrapping it up anyway. We already lost Tom, but I knew we had lost Tom. But and it is entirely
Tom
fair.
Tom had to host a bunch of people today, so
that's true.
Right. So I will be right back. Okay, so we lost Brian, which is okay. We're wrapping up for the night. But were you and Brian thinking of anything, or you, or whichever, with specifically what was going on at this point?
Not really. I mean, we were just waiting to talk with the guys in the other chat.
All right, sounds good.
They're done, so yeah.
All right, well, I'm bringing you guys over, but you guys still haven't met up yet. But I just wanted to bring you guys over so that I could officially announce that we'll be pausing this at this point tonight, where everyone is, and then we'll figure out what we're doing going forward at while we start up next week. But again, it's, as Tom said 4 minutes ago, it's 12:30. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
So Kevin, we're just gonna have to remind you to take to split us up again when you go to do the recaps, that we don't hear anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see if I do that, or if I potentially accidentally forget and mess it up. But we'll cover that bridge when we get to it.
It's
Cross
been
that
20
bridge.
years. We spent 20 years in those fucking dimensions. The mind flayers have taken over everything.
Exactly. So we'll jump in next week, and glad we were able to get some stuff done at least this week and move the story forward a little bit. And then we'll see you guys next week.
Sounds good.
To continue.
Yeah,
All right. Later, guys.
Later.
Peace.